How's it been going so far up in the new league?
It's been going okay. We've done pretty well. We've played 2 games, won 2 games. So yeah, we've not done too bad so far.
Finding it a big step up or not?
Not so far. Hasn't been a massive step up. I'd say a couple of teams in the league that we just came out with is just as good. So we haven't really had a shock to the system yet, but I'm sure it'll come at some point.
What about the squad for this year? You're saying about Bianca?
Yeah, we've got a couple of new signings, a couple of international players as well. I've got 1 player due back, an international player next month as well. So the squad's pretty big, but it's good. It's a good mix.
The international players, how do you attract these players to Middlesbrough?
A lot of them come out of our centre of excellence, and again just a couple of players that I might have dropped down from Super League teams, because we've got obviously Durham and Sunderland in our area. So yeah, we just try and keep everything as good as best as we can, and show that we have potential, and we attract them, so they come to us.
And what are you hoping for this season? What are your aims for, your targets?
Our main target was not to get relegated, and try and do as best as we can. But after playing the first couple of games, I think our target now has changed slightly. So we're hoping for a top 4 finish, and if we can get it, brilliant. If we don't, it won't be the end of the world. We'll know what we need to do to try and either win that league, or again try and finish as high as we can the following season.
What are your tactics for today then? Are you going to tell us? You may as well, guys.
I will, and the tactics for today is try and get as many of the youngsters on the ball as possible, and try and give them a little bit of experience playing with some of the girls who play week in, week out. So today's is a little bit a change compared to what we normally do, but yeah, we're just going to try and play our normal football, and try and hit people, or hit Morecambe on the counter-attack as much as we possibly can.
Right, I'm sure you're going to succeed as well. Have a great season, and we follow your results, and we sort of miss it. And do we keep beating you last year or not?
No, we beat you twice.
Okay, we don't miss you at all. Thanks very much. Jade, congratulations first of all, the promotion. How are you finding the new league?
It's good, obviously it's a big step up for some of us. There's a couple of girls who came over from Newcastle halfway throughout the season, so we're taking a lot of sort of advice and the girls are learning from them. And just credit all the girls involved in the club really for getting to the position that we are now. And working hard in training, learning new things all the time and just pushing forward and seeing how we can progress. Obviously currently sitting top of the league is a great feeling, you know, so happy days.
Just going back to last season, I mean, it was a big race between you and Liverpool Feds. You took it in the end.
It was indeed, yeah. There was times where it looked like it was heading their way, and likewise with us. We just tried to focus on not dropping any points, focus on each game. The delivery plan for each game was set right. We did drop a few points here and there, but credit Chesterley Street on that last game. We were at Masley Hill and waiting for the results to come in, and when that result came in, it was just a sat like, you know, the champion is, as you can imagine, in the dressing room where it went alive. So Liverpool did well. They kept on our toes, but I think it was always our season, to be honest with you. I would say that, no one lifting the club at the end of it. I just always had belief in us.
OK, back to the present. Decent victory for you today?
It was indeed. We were a bit slow. Personally myself, I didn't have a good game. There's a few of us not very well. There's a few been sick on the way. We dug deep. We got focused. We reset ourselves at half time, and I think we came out and played the better football in the second half. Each player individually stepped up their game, and we just moved forward. We didn't overdo it. We pressed at the right times, and our game plan was delivered slightly better, in my opinion, in the second half, just in order to see the game out.
Got a lot of urgency about the game, your side's game. They're quick in the tackle, they're up to the ball, they're pressing.
Yeah, we're trying not to give, without giving too much away about our game plans or anything.
Right backs. What's the aim for the Middlesbrough for this season then? What do you think your aim is?
Obviously we want to finish as high as we can. We want to keep learning, progressing. We've got some great young people coming through the club, and we just want to keep learning, keep moving forward as a team throughout it, just to try and get as high as we can. Obviously aim is we want to do as well as we can in this league and stay up in the Premier League. If we can get on and get a bit higher up the league and progress, that'll be very happy for a lot of us.
Jade, have a safe journey home. Thanks very much and good luck for the season.
Thank you very much.
Say. Well, that's us out of the cup for this season.
Well, no, because we're moving to the plate now, so you don't actually get knocked out of the cup. You just go into the plate trophy, which is the teams that get knocked out. So it was probably what I wouldn't say we wanted, but we expected anyway. And we'll probably like to have a better run in the plate competition than we would in this competition, because you go on and play a better team and a better team, whereas we all know that the teams that get knocked out in this first round.
Middlesbrough, they're a decent side, aren't they? You can see why they went up.
Of course you can, and you can see why they're undefeated so far this season. They've had a good pre-season as well. They've had a lot of investment. You can tell they've got a good youth policy. They've got a lot of youth teams, good young teams and young players coming through. And when you've got young players, their enthusiasm is sky high. they're on scholarships at the college, so they're training 2 nights a week, but then I've heard they're all on personal training programmes as well as, so they're all very fit and they're flying, and motivation isn't a problem when you've got players of that age. It's when they're, you know, sort of been playing a while, they've got other things in their life, perhaps distracted a little bit. We need to just move on from today's game.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, we did all right. It was a weakened squad today.
We did have a weakened squad, and the players that came in did a good job. They worked really hard, and against a team like that, you need to work really hard. And on a big pitch, it's hard work, and it was quite evident that we're tired towards the end, and that's why the scoreline got to 3. But
Nat had a really superb game.
Nat made some good saves. She's a good keeper. Technically, she's a really good keeper. There's things we need to work on, as with every player, but she's definitely worked hard over the 4 years she's been away, and she's come back a better keeper.
Would you like to pick out anyone who played well today? Well, Soph had another good game.
Soph played well today. I've had a chat with Sophie before the game that she needs to think about confidence, and that's what she lacks, and I think today she showed a bit more confidence in what she did.
Well, she was one of the few who actually pushed up and pressurised the opposition.
Yeah, that is one of Sophie's strengths, is her fitness, and she's always a determined player, so you see when her head goes that determination drifts out of a game. But if we all had that mentality along with the ability, would be a better side. But we're doing all right. I'm not too downhearted with that result today.
And we had a new centre forward as well.
We did. Millie Brown did a good job first half. She's technically a good player, perhaps not as mobile as Emma, but different strengths. We worked to it and tried.
Possibly needs a bit of match practice, though.
Millie's not played a lot of football. Millie's league started in September, as she said a few weeks ago. So, just things. As I said, with our full strength side today, I would have definitely given them a better game. Just a bit of pace up front and 1 or 2 who can hold the ball up a little bit better, which enables players to move into passing positions.
And finally, what's coming up then, Gaffer?
I think we've got Bolton in the Lancashire Cup next week.
Down here
again next week. So another tough game. Bolton are up and coming side. They're improving from what I've seen. They seem to have 1 or 2 players from other clubs that have strengthened them. So it'll be another tough game for us. But that's part and parcel of being in this league now and being at the level we are.
Yeah, OK, so we're off to watch England play then now.
We'll go and watch England play, see if they can win a game today, and that'll be...
Come on, Sam, you can do it.
Big Sam will get him motivated, yeah.
Thank you very much. Light breath.